In this video, I have a massive cheap fragrance hidden gem haul. Bona fide hidden gems. Many of them are still available on today's market. The prices go from $9 to about $50, the highest. This is the first title, 212 Carolina Herrera Sexy Man. As the list continues, we got more and more fragrances for both men and women. Some are very rare and hard to find. A few of them are, but I'm going to show you some tips on where you can buy them and how to locate your own hidden gems for the future. 212 Sexy Man was released in 2006. Many of these fragrances, I'm just going to go over them. It's kind of like a first impression, so I'm going to try to do it as fast as I can because there are so many. This is an Alberto Maria's creation. It has mandarin orange in it, some pepper and flower notes. It's slightly powdery. It's a combination. It's really sexy, really for men. It's good for all weather, especially the fall weather. Now here's one for the women. It's called Ralph Lauren Big Pony 4. It came out in 2012. Found it for like 35 bucks on eBay. They're like $90, $100. You've got blood oranges and black currant, the berry note with some cedar wood. I call it the cherry berry lasting powder, ladies. You should look this one up. By the way, all the fragrances I find from my trusted friend, the seller on eBay, the links are down below. The next one's called Oud Touch. Got some bite to that oud. It's kind of synthetic, but other than that, I think you would really, if you're an oud lover, you would really like it. Prices are floating from $20 to $30, and it's called Venezea. Exciting. And now I know Frank Oliver, I think, has one called Exciting Oud Touch. Does he not? Comment down below. This is by a Venezea company. Party Fever for Men. It came out in 2018. I love this. It's got ginger in it. It's got juniper berries. It's got freesia. It is more fresh, less sweet than most fragrances. Very aquatic. And it's got, you know, the taste and smell of a red, delicious, fresh cut apple, like a red apple, mixed with some, guess what, cannabis notes and resin. Now the cannabis notes gives it this greenness inside it, almost like a woody almondy note, but it's also like a green cilantro wooded almond. It's so hard to describe how they put the cannabis note in here. But what comes out with this is a good 8-hour fragrance. It's very heavy. I love the whole bottle design, the whole packaging of it. And before, when I bought it, it was $35, and I found it again for $55. If you look on eBay, they're like $80 to $100. I still would highly recommend you get this because the price is only going to go up, as it was a limited edition bottle. Another helpful tip to locate these hidden gem fragrances is go to a flea market. Do you know how many of these I bought? I'm about to show you this Royal Secret. This Royal Secret I bought for like $13, and another one from another flea market vendor for $30. And it's the one with the ambery cap. Now you might not know that, but you can go on your cell phone and say, oh, I'm just asking my wife if she likes this, as you look at their fragrances, and you're secretly Googling them and seeing if they're worth anything. You can do that all day long. Flea market vendors and small mom and pop shops that are like general stores that all they do is sell everything from mops to fragrances, and they might have a little showcase of fragrances. You go in there and dominate. I do it left and right. I don't always go shopping to these type of stores, but when I do, I specifically pick these fragrances out, and I do very well with them, finding the hidden gems of yesterday, today, for yesterday's prices, which is fun. And that's a tip for you, so you can get it. The next fragrance is by Salvatore Ferragamo. It's right here. It's called Attimo for Men. It's a very oriental woody fragrance. It's a masterpiece of a smell composition, beautifully, but it comes off with a bit of cardamom and marjoram and paprika and saffron, so you have a lot of spices in Attimo pour homme. This is a 3.4 ounce bottle. I found out for like $25, and most of the bottles you'll find on the internet are 2 ounce bottles. If you can find a 3.4, it's quite nice for the price of the 2 ounce bottle. But you know, anyway, if you find it for $25, you might like this fragrance if you like a slight spicy fragrance that resembles Yves Saint Laurent La Nuit de l'Homme, specifically the old out-of-date frozen one, which is like $200. We're talking about a $25 fragrance that smells like a rare discontinued fragrance, La Nuit de l'Homme frozen. This opens up with a hint of mandarin, has a kick of pepper in it. Within 2 minutes, the cardamom comes through, and you get a deep, dark, almost clove-like essence after you're wearing it for a half hour. Also is some fruit notes coming up and some resins in there. I can smell it Very sweet honeyed saffron inside ATTIMO for men. This is one of the best smelling fragrances on this list too. It's a rich, sweet, earthy, dry, spiced fragrance in the dry down. A small hint of patchouli before it finally reaches the very main smell, which is a luxurious, musky amber note. Sadly, this thing only lasted 3 hours maximum on me. Maybe if you sprayed it 32 times, you'll get 6 hours out of it. 12 bucks. It's called Liberte by CACHAREL. Actually, she was asking 23. I don't know how I got it for 12, but it was open box, and she'd had it for several years. She told me she just wanted to get rid of it. A little bit of this goes a long way. It's like a creamy licorice fragrance with a very powdery dry down. Liberte was launched in 2007, and Oliver Polge was on this. It's made for women. You have orange and Amalfi lemons and freesia and middle notes of sugar and things like that. White florals and frangipani florals. Frangipani on a base note of patchouli, vanilla, and vetiver. Giacomo for men. The silver cap edition has pineapple, pepper, coffee, and nutmeg in it, and tonka bean. What a precious composition. It's an oriental woody fragrance for men. It smells so good. But this is another one that you might have to overspray it. It comes to me with asnomia where I can't smell anything when I first try it on, and then maybe later, 2 hours later, I can smell something I completely forgot, and I'm wondering what is that I was smelling, and it's that syrupy pineapple, hints of sweet plum, warm pepper, giving that creation. For the $20 bill that I paid for this, it's a very good scent structure with the warm roasted coffee notes and the tonka bean accord inside there. The dry woods jump right out of the base and mix very, very well with the fruits and spice. Giacomo for men, the Giacomo line, they create a lot of underappreciated, underrated fragrance, and they're always usually $13 to $30 price tag. You may just discover a new love house if you start looking for Giacomo fragrances. I don't want to say that word anymore. Royal Secret, the dark amber cap. If you ever see this one and someone's selling it for $13 to $30, grab it. It says spray concentrate Royal Secret by 5-Star Fragrances. They even make an older edition that's even more intense. My friend's mom back in the day used to go to Famous Bar, now bought out by Macy's, and always bathe herself in this. She even bought the Royal Secret bath oil to bathe herself in it. Basically, you have a very spicy, almost like a spiced bomb effect, but not the exact scent spray. But you got all kinds of different spices and vanilla, and it becomes sweeter and sweeter and more powdery as you put it on. And at first it blows you away with a hint of masculine spices, but it's really was marketed for men or women, I believe, on this one. They used to actually say pour homme on the bottles of, and now Royal Secrets are $200 for these 5-star brand, because they last a long time. The longevity on this is eternal. Here's a cool one for ladies by the old guy named Christian Audigier. This is plainly the Red Crown edition. It comes in, I found a little mini for $20 at the swap shop on this one as well. They sell on eBay for $50 or something anyway. This is a blackberry fragrance with lots of fruits. And the fruits in here, though, they don't smell synthetic. There's like a cult following for this fragrance as opposed to the rest of the Ed Hardy line. And they say that this one smells like Vilang, which is like a $13 fragrance. And this Christian Audigier red one is selling for $200 if you find a big bottle. There's some sort of women that just love this fragrance, and they say that the guys that smell them, like the girls who buy this fragrance, say that the guys that smell them really flirt with them, like if they wear it to work or to a social setting. Christian Audigier for women is a slightly creamy from the coconut, very fizzy, fruity, natural smelling fragrance that does very well in the high heat, very well. I think you will love it, especially wear it on your first date. If you can find one of those, it's a great, unique hidden gem to find. TRESOR In Love by Lancôme is another fruity floral fragrance. I just found this one. This TRESOR was launched in 2010. It's not bad if you find it from anywhere from $30 to $45, the highest. Don't pay any more than that. You've got top notes of nectarine and pear and pink pepper with bergamot. It's great for the ladies. It's great for a gift. Lancôme's a big brand name. You should do very well with this if you see it. The dry down of TRESOR In Love reminds me of the original TRESOR in a soft, gentle interpretation. Next on the block, I found a 200 milliliter bottle of AB Spirit Millionaire. That's 6.7 ounces for $18.95. I put the links down below. This is a great homage to the very famous fragrance called Pakuraban 1 million. It has the gold box. This is a metal box it comes in. It came in sealed, and the bottle inside has some sort of bow tie on it. And it's not exactly like 1 million, but it's like trying to be 1 million. And at the price, you could spray this 68 times a day for a month and you still wouldn't empty this bottle out. And it does last a great long time. Yes, it is synthetic, but for the price value per the juice, AB Spirit Millionaire is good. Why don't you comment down below some of your most favorite hidden gem fragrances that you'd like to share? Tell your secrets so we can have a nice... Thank you very much for staying to the halfway mark of this video. We have more than 10 titles available. If you want to be entered to win this hidden gem called Born Wild by Ed Hardy, for the ladies, comment down below, I want Ed Hardy. Also, you must share this video, like it, and comment down below any comment you want. I've got 5 of these to give away. Maybe you'll be the lucky winner next. In this video, I bought more than 10 hidden gem fragrances that aren't so much talked about from all areas of the world and the years, even one from 1921 for both men and women, and the prices are from $9 to no higher than $40. And I'm just going to give you a quick rundown on what my first impressions are of them. We're going to start with one of my favorite ones from the whole list called LOLITA LEMPICKA Green Lover. Now, years ago, LOLITA LEMPICKA came out with a fragrance called Eau Masculine, which was a hidden gem to this day, which was very, very respected. LOLITA LEMPICKA, the brand name, is respected. The box that this comes in is gorgeous. It's got a river or a stream with lots of green on it. And the way they spell the word lover on there with a 0, I think that's green lover. Love in Norwegian means leaf, I believe. The L-O-V with the strike and the 0. And on the bottle, if you look at this, it looks like it has a leaf on it. So maybe green love. Basically, this fragrance, when I first smelled it, reminded me of a fizzy, slightly green. It gives you green because your head is looking at nothing but green. So you're thinking of green, but you're not getting like a normal green. It's more like 7-Up kind of flavor. And it's very sweet underneath. It's like a candied, sweet, fresh citrus. And I would love to go deep diving into this fragrance. And off one spray last night, thing lasted well over 8 hours. And it lasts strong. It's got like this vanilla lemon vibe and then just ends right after the 8 hours and then it's gone. But I think this is going to be a real winner because it smells so good, it's comfortable, and it's quite unique, and it's a highly respected brand. The next fragrance I bought came out in 1921. It's called Emeraude. Maybe this is something your grandma wears or something, but it's by Francis Cody. This is a 2-ounce bottle or 44 milliliters. Has ylang ylang, some roses and resins in it, vanilla, patchouli. But the deal was, I found it for $7.95, so I said, why not? It looked kind of vintage. I thought maybe I found one of those $200 bottles from the old days, but now I looked it up. It's like 15, 20 bucks anyway. The next fragrance is right here. DRAKKAR Essence from 2014. When you wear this, there's nothing special, but you can get a gigantic bottle like this for $35, 200 milliliters. Michel Girard created this fragrance. You have the mint, the grapefruit, lavender, and woody notes. And are you familiar with the old Guy Laroche DRAKKAR? If you are, remember that? That's a classic fragrance in America that everyone loves. Anyway, this one just smells like you stepped fresh out of the shower. It lasts about 4 hours. Next fragrance is LOLITA LEMPICKA 2018. That's another fragrance by LOLITA LEMPICKA with the brown top. This is like a lemon, licorice and herbs and sugared rum. And I only tried this once. I'd love to deep dive in it because it smells very comfortable right off the first spray. Have you ever had Italian biscottis? It's kind of like a molasses Italian fresh biscotti. That reminds me of that kind of, just the batter of it. It's not necessarily molasses, but it's like a sweet batter. The next one's really cool. Actually, it's by Justin Bieber. It cost $55 when it first came out, and now I found this for $9.95, 3.4 ounces. And if you don't like this fragrance because it's Bieber, you're mistaken. This is a Hall of Fame from him. And I looked it up on eBay. It's $65 already for these fragrances. It reminds you of Creed's Green Asian Tea. So this is a hidden gem alert. If you see The Key by Justin Bieber, the key to your heart. Next fragrance, Code 37, costs $15 by Karen Lowe. I believe it's their interpretation of chrome. I'm not sure. It's got pineapple, grapefruit, and cardamom. It's a really decent fragrance if you can get it for $15. Don't pay more. Don't let those slimy guys in the middle of the mall sell it to you and tell you there's high concentration of oils and it's $65 and you've never heard of Karen Lowe 37 code because it's been out for 6 or 7 years. It's got some nice white woods and it's fresh and relaxing. Next fragrance is Ted Lapidus ALTIMAR. It's like gooey chocolate caramel dipped in honey. It reminds you of the very expensive and very discontinued Jean Paul Gaultier 2. It was launched in 2007. 2 sprays last 2 days on your clothes. If you like this kind of sweet, caramelly, gooey fragrance with amber and patchouli, years and years ago, that Gaultier 2 was very cheap too, and now it's $275. Look at this eBay auction. Next fragrance is called Vince Camuto Virtue. I found it for like $25. There's a tester bottle, which isn't bad if you can find it in the department stores and Macy's are $90. You've got a fragrance that has pepper and cardamom and Haitian vetiver, and it smells elegant and classy, like you're dressed up in a suit going to the 13th or 15th floor of a high-rise building. People on the blog say it smells like Le Labo Santal 33. The next one is by Lalique. It's called L'Insuma Ma Force. L'Insuma Ma Force is right here. It's a woody aromatic fragrance. It's very clean. It's got lavender. It's fresh out of the shower type fragrance. It reminds me of Mont Blanc Legend, the original black bottle. You got some green apple in here and just a lot of fresh notes in here. Lots of cashmere and woods. It's not bad actually because it's made by Lalique and it's a cool bottle, but it's not necessary unless you find it $25, $30 like I did. Here's a real cool one that could be necessary if you're a collector. Imperial by Courvoisier Cognac. Look at that bottle. Found it for $35 on eBay. It's going for $45 to $60. This fragrance is like a boozy fragrance. It starts out fresh and light and turns into a heavy boozy fragrance first, and then it develops past its booziness, and you'll smell the other notes in it, like the florals, and it separates the leather in it. If you like the booze for real, the Courvoisier is a cognac maker. You can find this. This is a real true hidden gem. And here's another one for women. It's called Eternity, but it's not the regular Eternity. Eternity Flame. Straightforward. This was like a fragrance. It's a citrus floral that lasts about 8 hours very well. Mandarin orange, sweet pea, some resins in here. It's very unique. I found this for $33. If you can find Eternity Flame, it's a cool hidden gem for you ladies. I want you to ask me on the comments down below if you would like to see any of these more in depth. Otherwise, they're going into the trash.